I want to welcome everybody to my YouTube channel, my podcast, so to speak, called Writing for Love and Maybe Money. And here I am visiting you guys on New Year's Day 2024. Isn't that great that we have a new year? And my sign here to welcome you all into the new year with this YouTube channel is Do Small Things with Great Love. Do you see the sign, Do Small Things with Great Love? We want to write in 2024 with great love. We want our passion to come alive with our writing so that everyone can feel that passion in our book. And what I've been talking about, I'm going to put this down because there's a cat nibbling at my foot. But what I've been talking about is character development, and I want to add a little bit to that today, and then I'll add a little bit more in a few days and close it out, and we'll go to the next element. I'm talking about the writing elements, and of course, I'm talking about character. There are certain things that every character has in common, okay? And one that you probably have never thought about. Every character sees himself as the big cheese. I don't care if it's a lesser character or if it's a main character. Every character is going to see himself as the king, as the leader, as the most important person in the crowd, okay? So keep in mind when you're given the characters' personality characteristics that these characters all have certain things in common. They see themselves as the big man, the big cheese, okay? They're the big importance. Every character, no matter how small or how large, if he's a secondary character, a fifth character, if he's the lead character, he sees himself as big cheese. Another thing that characters in stories have in common, they see themselves as pretty perfect. They like to be thought of as perfect. But remember this if you remember nothing else. Every character has a flaw. In children's books, books for small children, the problem of the story, the character is afraid to go to school. The character is afraid to leave his mama. The character hates his sister or hates his brother, and heaven forbid that. But all these characters have a problem that they have to overcome and find the courage to deal with in that story. The same thing goes for the novels for adults, for mystery novels, for every kind of genre out there. The character has a problem that he's got to overcome. Maybe he's running from the law and he sees in his mind that he has all the reason to do that. Maybe the character is on a beauty pageant. She wants to be the prettiest girl in the land and she sees herself as that, but she has a flaw. Every character has a weak point or a flaw. And so when you are creating your character, you remember that this character is not perfect, that this character has a flaw. And what brings that character alive and makes that character be become what we call a memorable character is that character is going to have characteristics that relate to you. Let me tell you something. If you don't cry, the reader's not going to cry. If you don't feel for this character, the reader's not going to feel for the character. If you don't laugh, the reader's not going to laugh. This has to be done, this book has to be written with great love. You have to be crazy about what you're doing and you have to make it come alive or the reader's not going to remember it. They won't even read it. They might not even finish reading it. But the character, especially the main character, has to have characteristics that the reader can relate to. And what that means is that you can relate to. Now, I'm going to find my characters like I've told you before. Possibly I might find my characters in this shoebox of old family photographs. I might find a character in a magazine and say, oh, this character is just perfect. Look how beautiful she is. Look at that hair. Look at that makeup. But that character has a flaw, and you remember that, and you find that flaw, and you find that weak point, and you give her or him all the reason to overcome and find courage, just like you do in life. Bye bye. See you later.
Perfect.